But not least, we have Edward from Twilight.
You should have put both of them. You should have put Team Edward and T. Jacob, because technically they have werewolves in their universe. You should have done both, you coward. What's up, everybody? Celtic here back with no reaction to get those 10s and 20 views. Alright, it's spooky month. You know, first reaction I did for Halloween was Ruby versus Maka from Death Battle. Because Soul Eater is an amazing spooky based anime. Very good, very good. I should have played The Medium on stream. I had done a marathon stream on, what's today? Wednesday, when at the time of recording. So I'm going to do a lot of reactions based on, you know, horror and spookiness. Because Halloween, you know, when your whole gimmick is a, scarecrow-based ideology, Today we are checking out for the first time Movie Critic Club. Which slashers, so our movie...
What is going on,
Sir, I'm trying to do an intro. Which slashers can survive Sam and Dean Winchester? Now, this is a great thing. This is a fusion. Horror movies with supernatural. I'm working on a video idea for that. Not that, but I am doing, let's see, how would I phrase it as? YouTubers as Batman characters. Yes, I will be casting YouTubers as Batman characters. Spoiler, it's going to be a lot of my favorite ones. Oh, I'm adding one more. Youth past Ryan. Actually, I think I am done. Nope, I need one more. I need something for Alfred. That's the last one I'm missing. But yeah, so enough of me talking. I will be judging based off of if I agree or not. Oh, I have to adjust my P2 model here. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so I don't need to constantly, even when I stream football, I don't need to change the size of my model. I just slap them around. Alright, I will be judging whether or not how believable I am. I'll be giving a grade of 1 out of 10? 1 out of 10 sounds fair. 1 out of 10 fair. It'll flash right where Sam's face is. Enough of that. Let's get to it.
everybody, and welcome back to another tier list. So I've been trying to make other tier lists lately, and under my Art the Clown tier list video I came across this comment, and I was like, wait, why don't I make a supernatural tier list?
One. Props, it's not an AI voice. Yay! And two, yes, comments are great. Feel free to comment on this video of other videos that I should check out. Maybe by this channel. I don't know. Or maybe if you found this guy, what's this channel called again? The Movie Critics Club. Maybe if you found out him through me, let him know. Grow my network. Or start networking.
This is literally my top 5 show of all time. I guess I kind of got...
Let's see. So Dexter's up there. What are the other 4? Or 3?
Got stuck milking Dexter videos, but yes, we are doing a supernatural tier list. And this one, honestly, in my opinion, was the most fun to make because I love this show so much. And I decided, let's rank slashers, their chances of surviving Sam and Dean Winchester. And I thought, hey, Sam and Dean hunt down supernatural creatures. Let's put supernatural slashers on this tier list and see if Sam and Dean can take them down. So,
I'm going to start off right here. Ghostface and Jaws. They're not supernatural. They're just people. I don't know enough about this clown. It's the only one I have not seen. I refuse to watch Twilight because, we should all know why. But yeah, has somewhat supernatural powers, is a supernatural entity, demon, and Jason, who been the hell a few times. It's this three right here that I am unsure of. From Ghostface to Jaws and the clown in the middle.
So before we get into this
So I'll add in Leatherface just for plausibility.
video, let me explain the tiers for you guys. They'd kill Sam and Dean, which means they would kill Sam and Dean Winchester. It would be an honorable
No shit.
battle, which means Sam and Dean Winchester will win, but it would kind of be like an Obi-Wan versus Anakin duel. As in, it would be a pretty close match. It'll take a little bit of time, but it would take a little bit of their effort, and they automatically lose, which means, yeah, they just stand no chance whatsoever. Now, let's start with Freddy Krueger. And for this, let me paint you this picture. Let me immerse you into the Sam and Dean universe. Now, I don't really have to do this for every single one of them because all of these slashers wouldn't be in Supernatural.
Well, like I said, the thing about Krueger is... Oh, am I not on full screen? The hell screen was I on? Oh, I was on this mode? Oh, okay, not terrible, but not what I want to be. So, I know in the later Nightmare on Elm Street, it describes Freddy as... there was a pretty much demon that lives inside stories, like horror stories. So I was trapped, and he just fell in love with the Freddy Krueger story that it just stayed Freddy Krueger.
Because they're different IPs, but yeah, let me do it anyways. So, Sam and Dean would read a newspaper article about the strange disappearances and deaths in Springwood, Ohio, better known as Elm Street. Sam and Dean would investigate as they usually do, using their fake FBI badges to question the families and scan the house for EMF simultaneously.
Would Freddy be considered a ghost? No, he would be a demon. Yeah, he'd be more like with Crowley, as a dream demon, like a supernatural creature, not as much ghost.
Eventually, they'd uncover what's been happening around here in Elm Street and...
No, he would be a ghost. Freddy would be 100% a ghost. He was human, got unalived, literally by fire, and started possessing people's dreams. Yeah, that's a ghost.
Find out that they're dealing with none other than Freddy Krueger. But since there's no specific lore on how to kill Freddy in the supernatural universe, like there is for many other supernatural creatures they battle, they would need to dig a bit deeper and find out more about Freddy's real life to understand why he's doing what he's doing.
I'm going no on that, to be honest. Because if it's based off Freddy lore, yes, they would have to do a lot more. If you put them in the supernatural world, Freddy Krueger's just a ghost. He was human, and now is haunting people's dreams. So you could just burn his bones, salt and burn his corpse.
Once they discover that he's targeting the children of the people who killed him when he was a human for being a you-know-what, Sam and Dean will track down the remaining family's children to help them and also find Freddy. Now, you might ask, how in the world will Sam and Dean get into the dream world to kill Freddy? Well, for example, in season 3, episode 10 of Supernatural, Sam and Dean drink a poisonous potion to enter their friend's Bobby's dream to save him from his personal nightmares. Now, while they were trying to help Bobby, they also faced their own nightmares too in the episode, but in the end they eventually succeed in getting Bobby out and themselves as well. And I know Freddy wasn't the one orchestrating the punches in that dream state, and if he was, it would be an entire different story, because Freddy is very powerful in the dream state, and that's basically his home court advantage. But one...
the same thing you said about the kid in that episode. But I still think you're looking at you're missing the very simple thing there, Mr. Movie Critic Club. MCC. I'm gonna call you MCC. Freddy was human. Salt and burn the corpse. find the human remains and burn
A
them.
huge weakness that Freddy has is those who don't fear him. And since Sam and Dean, since birth, basically spent their entire lives hunting down evil creatures like, I don't know, Lucifer himself, for example, I highly doubt that they would fear Freddy as an individual, giving them also the upper hand. Also, if Sam, Dean, and Bobby unified, faced their fears of their own nightmares, and resisted Freddy together, I mean, it would also significantly weaken Freddy as a whole, giving them the upper hand. And with the evidence Sam and Dean would have gathered before even entering the dream state in the first place, they'd likely find a way to pull him out of the dream world, possibly through fire or having someone act as a trip sitter, you know, to wake them up. And killing Freddy outside of the dream world would, in my opinion, be the least difficult task for them. Now keep in mind, this wouldn't just be a walk in the park for them if he was out of the dream state. I'm just saying this would be the least of their worries. Considering that he's now mortal and vulnerable, I feel like the Winchesters would have never
I believe they did that, but he always comes back. I think it's more of salt and burning the bones.
win. So honestly, I would have to give Freddy, it would be an honorable battle. Next,
Like I said, I still think it depends. Are they in the Freddyverse or are they in Supernatural world? Because they're in the Supernatural world. Freddy was a human who died, who's now come back and possessing people in their dreams. That's standard ghost behavior. Even demons, which you found out with Bobby finds out that demons are just like roided up ghosts with a lot more years of torture, and if you salt and burn their bones, it works just as well. So I think Freddy would actually be kind of easy for them.
next we have Michael Myers.
It's one of my favorite movies. And yes, I am with Pro Football Demon. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is a great horror movie. Great movie. If they just could have called it Halloween Season of the Witch and didn't have like Halloween 3 attached to it, it would have been way more critically acclaimed.
Okay, so let's base this scenario on the 1978 movie Halloween, the classic. Because hey, who doesn't like the classics? So, Sam and Dean would read a public article about a disturbed killer named Michael Myers who...
See, if you're, like I said, he's put them all in the Supernatural world. Michael Myers could be a cursed soul.
broke free from Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Now, before we get into this, let me explain, because I know some of you might have some questions. First of all, why would Sam and Dean care that a killer from a mental hospital broke loose? That wouldn't really identify him as a supernatural creature, and they wouldn't really go after that, because they don't go for non-supernatural killers. And how would they know this is a supernatural case for them also? Well, in the show, we sometimes see the brothers arguing whether, a case meets their criteria or not. Sometimes they check it out anyway to see if it's a supernatural job, and it ends up being a job. And for this, I think they would check it out. They could possibly think that Michael was possessed when he killed his sister as a little boy. Also, some say Michael Myers was kind of human-like in this movie and not supernatural, but I think he's more supernatural than human because this man survived how many?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a supernatural element to it, and you gotta figure it wasn't until Halloween 2 where it became he was more human and he was just the shadow. Like, he was supposed to be this like supernatural force, like the babysitter killer. He was supposed to have a supernatural thing, but no, he made more movies and it just got weirder and weirder.
Shots to the body in the scene, and then also fell down how many feet? Okay, now when Sam and Dean arrive in Haddonfield, the challenge of finding Michael Myers.
Also, it's a specific date. It's an anniversary. It's always on Halloween. So it's not like there's a rule. Like, he has rules to his madness. So it would be seen as supernatural. Like, alright, what possesses this person to only attack during the fall harvest?
in my opinion, wouldn't really be too hard because Sam and Dean already know everything about him, from where he used to live, from his psychiatrist to his sister Lori. And they're pretty smart, so they could put two and two together. Michael Myers already killed his first sister, now he broke out and he might kill his second sister. And just like every single case they go on, the Winchesters do their research, so it wouldn't be like they're going in on him blind. And also, since there isn't a real specific way to kill Michael Myers, it would be kind of tough for Sam and Dean, essentially. In other movies, like Halloween Ends, Michael...
Christ, let's see. He has been blown up in Halloween 4, survived that. He's been set on fire in Resurrection. He has fallen from extreme heights, shot, stabbed,
was thrown into a machine that essentially broke him into itty bitty pieces. And I don't even know if that's the last movie. I've heard rumors going around that there's going to be another Halloween movie, so then he doesn't die at all. So what does kill Michael Myers? Yeah, he can be stunned and stopped, but eventually just comes back somehow, some way. So, I mean, they could call in a favor from Castiel to smite him, but let's not give...
See, I don't think they would win. I think they would have to do kind of the same thing they did with H.H. Holmes, where they just kind of trap him in an area for all time. Like, I don't think they win. I don't think they would be able to unalive him. I think they would just be able to just trap him in a location that he can't get out of
them any help. It's Sam and Dean versus the slashers. Keep that in mind. Now, Sam and Dean display great combat skills throughout the show in hand-to-hand and in guns, but Michael's brute strength is unmatched. They can't take him on hand-to-hand, and their weapons wouldn't really do much to him. They could stun him, but as we've seen, Michael can endure a lot of shots, so they would need to load up on a lot of shotgun ammo to stun him. But then again, Michael Myers is considered, I guess you could say, a demonic force, so maybe a devil's trapped engraved bullet could stop him in his tracks, but also...
No, because the devil's trap would only work on if he was a ghost, a demon, or if he's just an unnatural force of chaos. That's more like Christ, Gabriel, the trickster. He's more like the trickster spirit.
There's the cult that could one-shot Michael because the cult doesn't abide by any lore. I mean, the only thing that the cult can't kill is a couple people, and Michael definitely isn't one of them. But would they want to waste the ammo on somebody like Michael? But I feel like with all the traps, guns, and spells that they have on their side, I think Michael Myers would inevitably meet his demise, or they would just try to completely stun him for life and try to immobilize him. I do feel like it...
Like I said, I definitely think it would be more like the H.H. Holmes, where they couldn't salt and burn his bones, the ghost of H. to get rid of the ghost. So they just locked him in a ring of salt and then cemented it off.
would be an honorable battle, but I would put him over Freddy Krueger. Next, we have Art the
Well, that sounds like it'll take a little bit of time.
Clown. So for Art the Clown, let's base this on Terrifier 2 and 3, because in Terrifier 1, Art the Clown was just a human. Yes, in the end of Terrifier 1, he became a demon, but that's only towards the literal end. So just like every single case, Sam and Dean would read about it and head to the destination. They'd arrive in Miles County, New York to investigate a serial killing clown. Now also keep in mind, if you're a true watcher of Supernatural, you know that Sam Winchester is very scared of clowns. But wait, hold up, you just said Sam and Dean would not fear Freddy Krueger. What do you mean they would fear a clown? No, I mean Sam specifically would fear it, because Sam
doesn't have a fear of, like, it's not like he's like, I can't do nothing, it's a clown. It's more like, I'm gonna punch that clown in the face. Like hi kid. Like, that's more Sam.
grew up scared of clowns. It kind of just makes this funny, but I'm just messing with you. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't really mess up Sam's ability to kill Art the Clown, and plus he has Dean by his side, so Dean would just snap him into it. But after intense research, they would find police reports of Art being reportedly dead from the first film, as seen in Terrifier 1, because the police swarmed Art.
So basically, it would be the same logic with Freddy then. Find the remains, salt and burn them, ghost demon goes away. Simple.
The clown and watched him unalive himself. Then they transported him to the morgue, only for him to somehow go missing after that, thus putting him on the radar, because they would be like, wait, this strange serial killing clown disappeared after he died. That makes no sense. They would also know that Sienna Shaw is one of the survivors of Art the Clown, as seen in Terrifier 2. They'd approach her as FBI agents and ask her about any unusual happenings, eventually getting her to talk. She would eventually reveal that Art is a demon of some sort. She'd explain all about Art and probably even give Sam and Dean Winchester the sword intended to kill him. Or, I mean, if we want to get real technical about Art the Clown lore, they'd help Sienna Shaw kill Art the Clown since she is the chosen one to kill Art the Clown. But if
that if there's a chosen person who has to take the creature out, they would help that person out. Not, I don't know much about Art the Clown, so therefore I can't really be like, oh, blah blah blah. But it just sounds like if he died, whatever way he did, and then it's just another ghost. It's the same thing with Freddy. Find the bones, salt, and burn. This is easy season 1 level stuff here.
all else fails, they'd pull out their trusty demon blade and do the jobs themselves, killing Art and Fakey, thus ending Art the Clown once and for all.
Demon blade. Are you talking about the angel blades? I didn't rate how I thought.
And in my opinion, I don't even think Art the Clown is much of a threat to the brothers at all, considering Sam and Dean have killed far more dangerous demons than Art. Art is kind of just a regular demon that the brothers would kill for breakfast. So in my opinion, honestly, I would feel like it would take a little bit of time. And also, it's not just Art the Clown, it's Vicky too. So that would be another annoying road bump. Coming in next, we have Ghost.
Aw, you coward. You put freaking super Twilight at the end. Like I said, there should be another category. This shouldn't just be they kill. It should just be like can't defeat but stop permanently would be where y'all put Jason. See, Jason, Michael and Jason are almost the similar thing. Unkillable creatures that you need to more or less trap, not defeat.
Phase. Now, I mean, I'm not going to give a background scenario for every character because, like every case, Sam and Dean get their cases from a source or a public news outlet, then head to that location. So, I mean, it would just be repetitive. Now, I know that Ghostface isn't a supernatural slasher, so why would Sam and Dean even go after him in the first place? And, well, you're right. I don't really have an answer for that. Ghostface isn't supernatural at all. But since Ghostface
Yeah, but the brothers did take on those the rednecks that were kidnapped people, and they accidentally kidnapped Sam. But they keep seeing this ghost face guy pop up on their things. They could think it's a cursed item.
is entirely human with some notable skills, as we've seen from Roman Bridger, the best Ghostface in my opinion. Would Ghostface put up a fight with Sam and Dean when
Yeah, like I said, they could think the mask, the Ghostface mask itself is cursed, possessing people to enact these crimes. That could be
Winchester?
lore.
Now, the answer is just no, not at all. I think Ghostface automatically lands at the lowest tier. Like, to be honest, I feel like he would just automatically lose. Even though Sam and Dean
The hardest part about that fight would be find him because they was like, oh god, he had a knife. What?
are human, their skill set far exceeds anyone from the Ghostface verse. Like, it wouldn't really be a fair fight with the knowledge these two possess. Coming in next on this list, we have Jaws, the killer great white shark.
It's just a great white. It's nothing special about it. It's not even supernatural. It's not even a slasher.
Now, some people say that Jaws is a slasher movie, and some say it's just a thriller. And I think
If you want to call horror on it, sure, but it's more or less a don't go in the water. It's just, there's nothing supernatural about it. You might as well put like piranhas on this or Lake Placid.
It is just a thriller slash horror, but I'm still putting the infamous shark on this list no matter what. Now, this isn't a typical monster that the boys would hunt, but hey, I mean, they've hunted a lot of weirder things, so let's be honest. Now, the shark itself isn't supernatural, but it can be interpreted in supernatural ways, if that really makes any sense. Like, this is a shark that specifically targets humans, or a shark that's evil and preys on humans. Also, I mean, the shark is very unusually large, around 25 feet. I mean, that's bigger than the average great white shark. So just from those details, you would already think it's a supernatural shark. So they would...
Yes, if you want to go with something like the trickster, it's to claim that the trickster god, Gabriel, was just using it because, you know, people suck. I can see
pull
that.
up no matter what, low key, I would feel like. So the boys would investigate the case, thinking the shark's behavior and size is unusual, only to find out that it's not supernatural. But I mean, they would still, you know, kill it to help save lives, because as we know, these boys love to save lives. And also, as we know, at the end of Jaws, the shark dies when Brody shoots an air canister into its jaws. So the shark could be put down by natural means, but it won't be easy. So Sam and Dean would have to be very careful and bait the shark to them. Once baited, I feel like they would just reenact the same move when Brody used and just...
They would literally say the line, "We need a bigger boat," because they would think that it's the Jaws movie.
Destroy the shark. So to me, I feel like this would just take a little bit of time, to be honest, but I feel like it would be under Art the Clown. And also, I feel like they wouldn't even need to reenact that Brody scene, because I feel like just all the tools that they have in the trunk of Dean's Impala would just completely destroy Jaws.
I can actually see them actually stealing a big ass boat and just going fishing.
I mean, have you seen what's in that thing? It's even devil trapped. Coming in next, we have Jason Voorhees. So let's use Friday the 13th part 6, is it? Jason Lives, where he is a supernatural zombie who...
He's pretty much supernatural from the jump.
Rose from the dead with insane strength. Or in this case, I guess you would say a super zombie. Now in this movie, Tommy Jarvis kind of stops Jason at the end, but you know, not for good. Like at the end of the film, we see Jason alive, but still restrained. Obviously, it took everything out of Tommy to do this. Now,
That's it. I think that's how you have to take out Jason and Michael. Well, let's trap them somewhere.
Not saying it was easy for him. And with some plot armor and luck, since he's only a human, he was able to restrain zombie Jason under the lake. So, for the Winchesters, you would think it would be a lot easier. But in my opinion, I don't think it would be easy at all. This is Jason Voorhees we're talking about, guys. And since Tommy only restrained Jason and almost died doing it, I feel like Sam and Dean would go the extra mile to ensure that he never breathes again. Now, the cult would obviously stop Jason indefinitely. I mean, hell.
This is the same thing with Michael, would it though? Because if they are just not really alive and someone's possessing them, yeah. But if they're just... It's like the darkness. Like if there's an entity of the darkness, I don't think that would work.
The cult would probably solo this entire list. I mean, not probably, it would. So it's just not kind of fair to say the cult, but I mean, it's a part of the universe. You know what I mean? It's a part of the universe. But I mean, they can still miss. That is one thing, and they can still miss. It's not like they shoot it and instantly goes right through them. But let's kind of give these characters a little bit more leeway. But since we're using lore from both of the shows, I'd say the brothers would have to use Jason's weaknesses, like water, aka the lake, against him, just like Tommy did. But this time, while restraining him, they would load up on shotgun rounds and unload them into Jason's face. Because Jason Voorhees is a zombie in this movie, right? Technically. And also in the supernatural lore, if you headshot a zombie, they instantly die. So for
not necessarily. There was the one chick that got brought back, and they had to pretty much trap her back in her coffin and then just buried her alive with like cement. So again, I think they would just find a way to better restrain him at the bottom of the lake.
For all of that yapping, in my opinion, I think this would be another honorable match, and I feel like Sam and Dean would come out on top, although I would put Jason Voorhees at the top of this list because I feel like Jason wins against Michael, and we've already seen that Jason won in...
Did he really win in Freddy vs. Jason? Because Freddy was still alive. And would he beat Michael? Like, it's a tough thing because I think with Michael there is more or less like rules of engagement versus Jason, where they're just like, it'd be funny, Jason in space.
Freddy versus Jason. So last but not least, we have Edward from Twilight.
You should have put both of them. You should have put Team Edward and T. Jacob, because technically they have werewolves in their universe. You should have done both, you coward.
Okay, so I
Also, not a slasher, but I think I know why you did
know
this.
that Twilight isn't a slasher movie at all, but I had to put this character on here. I just had to, guys. Edward is the main vampire from Twilight, and
He's also creepy as all hell, because here he is, the guy who is, I want to say a couple of hundred, if not thousands of years old, hitting on a 16-year-old. That seems creepy to me. You know, that should put you on a watch list.
say that this would be a very hard matchup for Sam and Dean Winchester. You guys might say, wait, Sam and Dean have fought numerous vampires throughout the shows. What do you mean this would be hard for Sam and Dean Winchester? And you also might ask, what makes Edward different from all these vampires that Sam and Dean Winchester face in Supernatural? The thing is, in Twilight, vampires are way more OP than vampires in Supernatural. And just for
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be pulling this crap now. You're like, oh, but in this Winchester universe, they would. Don't bend the rules to make Twilight seem stronger.
starters, Ed is telepathic, and he also has superhuman stamina and strength. He can throw cars and crush metal. He's also, oh my god, insanely fast in this
So he'd just be almost like the Alpha.
movie. And Edward is also never killed in the Twilight films, but this also doesn't mean that he can't be killed. So in my opinion, I feel like we would use the supernatural lore on how to kill a vampire. Beheading, or being smited by an angel, or using dead men's blood. And in my opinion, I don't think Sam and Dean by themselves would ever get close to Edward because of his insane speed. Even if they use the Colt, there's no way they're hitting Edward. And they also have limited shots in the Colt, by the way. Their best bet, in my opinion, would be using Castiel to smite them. But since we're only talking about Sam and Dean Winchester, because I'm keeping it fair with every single ranking, no
My ass, you are keeping it fair.
Castiel, no help. Only Sam and Dean versus the slashers. So in my opinion, I feel like they would kill Sam and Dean Winchester. Because if you've seen Twilight, these vampires...
I face bombed at that, and it's like you lose a lot of credibility.
Even when they're werewolves, they're just no joke at all. I don't care how silly the movies are. They're just no joke. And I love Sam and Dean Winchester as well. But yeah, this is my list. Also, I'm down to make a part 2.
I'm going to cut you off there. I'm not reacting to part 2. See, it's like you're telling me that the brothers who took on angels, demons, God, Leviathan could not outsmart, this dick. Also, they wouldn't. Well, Sam might not unalive him because he's not really a threat to people. Oh, you drink human blood? No, we do this. Okay, you're not doing that. Like, look at Garth. Garth turns into a werewolf, and they leave him be unless he goes crazy. But that is it. That's all I have, and I'll see you weird people later.